Hey guys, welcome back on my channel. Dorota Palicka, International Nail Artist and Educator here. And today we are going to do another acrylic design. It is going to be a perfect for those kind of wintry months where we've got the snow coming up. I'm really wishing we will get some snow as well. You can have a wee preview of it in here. Yeah, so a little bit of the blue and a kind of couple swirls just to make this design nice and sparkly using the sugar effect. And I hope you really enjoy watching this tutorial. If you're new in here, don't forget to subscribe as there's lots of tutorials Mondays, Wednesdays and Saturdays, but also during the winter months I keep posting a little bit more to keep you occupied, to keep you practicing and get better with your nail skills. And if you're an existing subscriber, thank you so much for all your support, all the hours you are spending on this channel, all the beautiful comments as well you are leaving after each video. Let's start. So meet my new model. I managed to put a tiny bit of the tape which allows me to apply the form, so I might use her more often. And that's the nail form we are going to apply. So I'm just pulling the sticker, place it on the back of the form, and then we need to trim the form, like especially with the shape of this finger. It has a really deep nail fold, so I need to trim it, and I want to trim it to the size of the nail. So I'm going to give it pretty decent cut on the one side and pretty decent cut on the other side. Okay, with these two cuts I'm able to pinch it much nicer and easier on this nail. So just roll in between the fingers. You can even cut it a tiny bit of the sides as well, just so it doesn't annoy you during the application of the product. And cut the other side. So I would cut my form maybe not on the sides, like my clients don't have as small fingers, but I would always cut this sides to allow me to pinch a little bit better. Because if you cut it, sometimes you don't have to even use an extra tools to get a really nice pinch. Then close the form a little bit, and this is the way I apply the form on the clients as well. I would just hide their view so they don't help me too much, because you know guys, like when the client's helping too much, then you cannot put the form nice. So I'm searching for a middle of the form. And then once I'm happy with it, I'm start squeezing it in, just to get those nice pinch. And because I've got those tiny bit of those tape, like the form is going to last on my practice finger, which is awesome. Okay, and now we are going to do the extensions. We are going to use a nice and glittery acrylic powder, and it's called Oceanology from the Nail Perfect. Like, it has those gold sparkles through it and a blue, and I think it's just a perfect one for this time of the year. And then we are going to use maybe a blush. Yeah, I will go for a blush, so I'm going to use the blush. And we will do kind of like a fade with it. So I'm just dipping in my brush in a monomer and remove the excess air bubbles. And then pick up a small size bead. Apply it on the nail. Clean my brush, wait for it to start polymerizing a little bit. Like, you don't want to touch the bead too soon. If you do touch it too soon, then you kind of get it pretty messy. And I'm kind of keep cleaning my brush and also introducing more monomer into the product as well, just so it allows me to work nicely with it. And then starting putting on extension. Okay, once I'm happy with it, I'm going to pick up the glitter. So a pretty decent size. Clean my brush, wait for it to start polymerizing a little bit, and then build up the free edge. This glittery sparkle is actually so nice, and I think it's a perfect one for this time of the year. And we are going to do a nice coffin shape. Clean those extra sparkles. Okay, and I'm really pushing this product into a nice coffin shape, so I don't have to file as much. I'm not the person which likes to file too much. Now clean my brush, because I really want to remove those sparkles from my nail bed. Because we are going to do some nice sugar design in there. Now I just clean my brush and pick up another medium size bead just to fill up everything around the cuticle area. Okay, place it in, clean my brush, and then at the angle, just so it's very blended at the cuticle area. If you apply too much product at the cuticle area, then it might cause the lifting, so you really want this area to be nicely blended in. Get rid of the glitter. Actually, when you're working with the glitter, it's good to have even like two separate dipping dishes. So you can dip one for your clears and brush, and then separate one for the glitter. Now using the acrylic powder, we are going just to encapsulate everything. So I'm going to work a little bit wetter now, just so I can encapsulate everything nice. Okay, you can see the side view as well, and the height of the apex. I don't want it to be overly too big. So that's the thickness of the nail. I don't want it to be too thick either. Okay, wait for it to polymerize, and then we can pinch it a little bit, just so we can get a really nice shape. So the best way is just you will touch it, and then once you're feeling it's not sticky anymore and you can kind of feel it, the product starts setting, then we are going to just squish it a little bit to pinch it. Okay, and then check it again. And that's starting to be not as sticky, so I can start squishing it just so it is really nicely pinched. I love the nails which are pinched. And what you could do it, because we have pinched it so strongly with the nail form, you could just actually really squish it in between your fingers to get the desired shape, and that should be enough. But you could also use the pinching tool, and that could be either a tweezer or a pinching clamp. Okay, so I'm just squishing it more into the widest part of the nail. If you would do it on a live person, you will keep an eye contact just to make sure it is not hurting them. And I love those pinched look. Okay, and then we can just peel the nail form down. Release the tape. And now we can start shaping this nail. So for coffin shape, I will start like filing the free edge. So it is nice and straight, nice and straight. And then on the sides, I need to make sure they're nice and straight as well. Other side. And as you can see, there is not going to be much of the filing, which we need to do. Okay, so this side. And the other side again. I'm just checking the shape of the nail. And I would suggest you don't file like too much in one side. So file a little bit on the one side, check how everything is looking, and then file another side. This way you would get like a nicer shape. Okay, shorten the free edge, and now we need to smooth out and blend everything around the cuticle area. So with my file, I'm going to the top. Blend everything around the cuticle area. Like you don't want any catchy bits and pieces in there. And then file the other side. Okay, after I have filed this, I'm just going to go and do a couple of the movement of this file just to smooth out the entire surface of the nail. And as you can see, it like the acrylic is much harder to file than the gel is. Okay, check the hair view. And then once you're happy with it, I'm going to buff it a little bit before we can move on into the design. Now, when you're buffing the acrylics, you have to make sure you've got a pretty rough buffer. So I've got a buffer which is 100 by 180, and the grit 100 is pretty a nice one because it still has lots of scratches. If you would use too fine buffer, you would buff the acrylics to too much shine, and then the gel might not last on top of it. Okay, blend that out around the cuticle area. I'm just going to peel it, don't want to damage my finger. Ta-da! Okay, remove any dust. And then start designing the snail. And we are going to do some kind of Christmassy, wintry look to it. So I'm just going to apply the High Shine No Wipe Top Gel on the entire nail. Or no, maybe we put some crystals into that as well. So I'm going to apply the base gel first. Just right at the top. Yeah, I think crystals will look so nice. And I've got all sorts of different ones, and I think they will look pretty cool. Yes, they are nice. I've got all sorts of different crystals in here. The red ones, we will leave it for a different type of design. Okay, then a tiny bit more. So I'm just grabbing some kind of old brush. And then we are going to use the triangle one. I think it will look pretty cool. I love that's like with the crystals placement, we can create so many different things. Okay, right on the top, another 2 crystals. And then those tiny, tiny wee caviar beads. I think they are fantastic, like for the designs. Got some helicopter. I'm not sure if you can hear it on the background noise. It's just trying to land. Okay, and I'm happy with my crystals placement, so I'm just going to put it inside the lamp. Give it a flash cure. So a couple seconds cure. Let's go back there. Okay, and I'm going to place another crystals just in here. And some caviar beads. For the caviar beads, actually a very tiny small brush is a perfect tool to apply them in. Okay, pop it inside the lamp, give it a flash cure. Now I can just put that away. and then apply the top coat on the entire tip. So I'm just using the High Shine No Wipe Top Gel, because we need to do the snowy part as well. But first of all, apply the top coat in. Okay, so I'm just going around the crystals. Don't apply the top coat on the top of the crystals. And pop it into the lamp. Now we have to curate it really properly, just so we can do the snow part at the smile line. And for a snow part, we are going to use the Paint on French gel and some sparkle. And I've got the brand new one. Yes, I do have a brand new one. Yay! So I'm just curing my top coat really well and properly, and pick up my D-liner brush. It should be somewhere. Yay! And then the glitter. Now the glitter, I had some questions asking me about what kind of glitter you can use for sugaring. So for sugar, you can use any type of glitter, as long as it's a kind of like a nice and fine glitter. So honestly, any type of glitter will do the job. Okay, that's my tip cure. Now I'm just going to do those snowy part. So I'm taking a tiny bit of the Paint on French gel. And where the smile line is, we are going to paint the snow. So tiny wee drips. Like, don't make them too thick, really. Just so you don't hide all the glitter. And you don't have to be too precise with it. Like, I mean, it is a snow, so same when you do the smile line part. Again, you don't need to be precise just because we are going to cover it anyway. Okay, so some parts are longer, some parts are much shorter. And now I'm just going to sprinkle it with the acrylic, with the glitter. So I keep always the tap on the bottom of my nail and sprinkle it properly with the glitter. Okay, turn to the other side, sprinkle it well, tap tap to remove the excess. Okay, so it looks pretty messy at this stage, but we have to give it a cure, and then we will be able to see the final results. I'm just popping it into the lamp. Now the curing is really important now, like cure it at least 60 seconds. And if you cure it really well, the glitter is not going to come off. If you under cure it, then you might have some problems with it. Now my finger is rolling. Stay there. So I have just put like on 2 gem things to hold it in place, just so it cures properly. Okay, and always when I'm curing the nails, I've got the time to tidy up the mess. And some of you have wrote underneath of the comments as well that you can put like an A4 piece of paper as well to easily tidy up the bits and pieces of the glitter which fall down. That's an absolutely fantastic tip as well. And I've got also those like kind of triangle triangle tray, which you could put underneath as well to collect any kind of crystals or any other glitters which might actually be lost during the application. That's my nail almost cured, and then once it's cured I'm going to give it a quick brush, clean the nail, and then take a beautiful thumbnail picture. So yeah, I hope you have really enjoyed watching this tutorial. Nothing overly too complicated, just like a kind of fun glitter encapsulation with the couple crystals and the snow effect. Okay, so I'm just removing the excess of it, and you can see it only sticks into the parts which was painted with the French, and it didn't stick into the other parts. So now I'm just going to clean it. Oh well. Yes, thank you so much, model. Apply the cuticle oil and take a beautiful thumbnail picture. Glittery hacks, and bye for now.